Everyone deserves the right to play. Everyone deserves the right to come here, sit in these seats, and feel safe, and not feel like there's a threat or they can't be who they are. Definitely will be speaking up against that legislation and those laws that are trying to be passed, for sure.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I would like to draw your attention to what you've heard of Brittany Griner, who is now back active in the sports world, trying to come back to the Phoenix Mercury. We know about her ordeal in Russia and all of that. But I'd like to draw your attention to what she said about transgender women being able to participate, because there have been some organizations trying to ban them, like the World Athletics and things like that. Certain states are trying to do so. And I have no dog in the fight. I don't really watch a lot of women's sports. I just don't really have a lot of time to watch sports at all. But what I have noticed is that feminists are women's rights, and a lot of times the LGBTQ. It could seem as if the last 20 years that they have been, I would say, partners in certain tasks, trying to basically push the narrative of both issues. Not all the time, but a lot of times you see feminists who can also identify with the oppression of gays, who can also identify with the oppression of those on, they would say, on the right. And so you can also see collusion between both of these groups, the LGBTQ and feminism. And I'm not saying that all of these people come together. And I'm not trying to mean it as like they're plotting or something like that, but they are working together, right? Here's what has happened now. Feminists 20 years ago could have never guessed what is going to now happen if Brittany Griner gets her way. She would never guess, okay? This sort of collaboration, rather, all right? And as men's rights have been decreasing and decreasing and decreasing, and feminism and gay rights have been increasing and increasing and increasing, and I'm talking about heterosexual men's rights, what you're seeing now is some positioning of what others can believe is an unfair takeover if transgender women can participate in heterosexual sporting events. And here's my prediction. Just like you see now, when women started having the leagues, and then when the women's NBA could not be on the same level on the NBA, one of the first things you heard certain people say was, why don't we make the same amount of money as the NBA players make? Why are the men not, and you guys heard this when Brittany Griner herself was locked up. Where's LeBron on this? Although LeBron was very adamant about bringing her home. Dennis Rodman was even willing to go to Russia to get her. So was Roy Jones. But, we'll just sweep that underneath the rug. Okay. None of those people in the WNBA were willing to risk going to Russia to retrieve or negotiate on Brittany Griner's behalf. Nobody that I know of publicly. But you see, what is happening is that these women in the WNBA, they want men to come out on their behalf. Although clearly the WNBA, which is the part of the NBA, is a separate entity, which doesn't make what the NBA does, and we know why. Because even a lot of women prefer going to the men's games. That's fair and everything. But I want to also discuss something else. If transgender women are allowed to participate in women's sports, will women come and ask men for their support? That is what I want to talk about. Will women come and ask for their support? Here is what I actually believe. I believe that the answer is yes. Yes. Women are going to ask men, once they're participating, and having to play against those men who are biologically born as that, and things are not going right, then you're gonna hear so many ladies say, why are you not standing up for us? Why are you then not helping us? Why are you then not supporting us? Why are you then not defending us? And I can hear a lot of men say, well, I have no dog in the fight. And what I've noticed is, as much as men do want to care about women, and I'm just gonna be honest, this is gonna sound pretty bad here, but as much as that is the case, here's what you're going to see. A lot of men, when things like this start to happen, men are going to stay very, very, very silent. Very silent. Men are not going to want to have anything to say. What men are going to do is say, well, hey, look, this is what you decided. This is what you wanted to do. All right, well, hey, look, this is women's sports. We don't need to come out and say anything on your behalf. This is what I believe. And what you're going to see, if that happens, men are not going to, if Brittany Griner gets away, men are going to say, okay, want to be independent? Let's see how it works. Technically, that trans woman has just as much right to be there as Brittany Griner said. And it's going to be an aha moment for a lot of ladies out there. Because let me tell you, if the trans men are allowed to participate, or trans women rather, I'm sorry, in the same things as women, I'm talking about women as the terminology is what you consider it, cis women. This is what you're going to see. It's going to be complete. For a lot of ladies, I would say unfairness to them. There's going to be a whole lot of complaining for some of them. But this is the path of independence. This is the path of independence. And now you having ladies like Brittany Griner saying it's okay. We can compete against them. They're fair. It's unfair. Then at what point do women who are born biologically as women, like at what point do they get any fair share of rights from being women born women? It's going to get to a point, and you're seeing it now, where it doesn't matter. The game is equal now. And men are going to sit back and just be like, you know what? It's not my issue. Because it's not like, a woman that's born a cis woman can come over and be like, well, I'm a trans man and compete in the NBA. Doesn't happen. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Producer for all the do, subscribe to the bell. We're out.